Well, I just think that it's sad in America that 90% of the people take plea deals. If you just take one step back, the purpose of the court system is designed for you to defend yourself when you're innocent, right? You're supposed to go to court and win when you've been wrongly accused.
That's not the purpose of the system.
When you're being told, take this year or do 15 years, if you did it or not, when you run those numbers through your head, you say, well, I don't want to do 15 years, and I could do a year, and I didn't do it, but I don't want to risk 15 years. Like, I'm 20, get out at 35. Like, I don't want to do that. So I'll just take the year, even though I'm probably going to win, but
I've just never been that type of person. I wish I was that type of person. You know, I wish that I was.
But I'm just saying, like, a step back from just your situation. It's like
that's everybody's situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not a way for society to function.
But that's
what I'm saying. But you tell me, you throw 15 years in my face, I'll probably just confess to whatever.
Exactly, and that's how the system is. It's just like the Central Park Five. These are good friends of mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very good friends of mine, and understanding what they went through at that age, you know, sitting there dealing with that reality, knowing that, wow, these people talking about giving us life, we might as well cop out because I don't want to go to jail for
it. Right, because what happened? Like a girl got raped?
The girl got raped, and they made them sign statements and made them, you know, say that they did it.
So 5 guys from the Bronx, I guess, admitted to raping a white girl?
Exactly. And then
in Central Park.
And then they ended up taking their plea back and saying, yo, no, we didn't really, we didn't do it. And then they ultimately and then years later, DNA cleared them. These was kids. You can't give them their life back.
How old were they?
They were like 14 and 15 years old.
Shit. Barely teenagers.
Barely teenagers. And they going to jail with rape on their jacket. You know what they got to deal with in prison as a rapist? Like, that's a whole nother sentence right there.
Right. You end up getting raped.
Exactly. Or people are trying to rape. Nobody befriends you. It's just like you got to deal with a lot of shit. And knowing them, these are stand-up dudes. You know what I'm saying? So understanding that reality, this happens all the time. And if you don't have money in America, you cannot fight. You can't. If you cannot pay. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you pay a lawyer, you pay for your freedom. You can pay for your freedom.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, coming from where we coming from poverty, we don't have that. We get this quarter-pointed lawyer who tells you, look, just cop out. I don't know if you did it or not, but it don't look good for you. And I'm like, what do you mean? And then even some of the paid lawyers, they got deals that they cutting with judges, your case is not as important as the $50,000 case that they got. So they'll sacrifice you so that they can get some leeway with the DA on the next case. Look, all right, I'm gonna give you this one, but I need this one. He giving me 100 stacks. So
really, this is really how it works.
This is how the system is. It's a barter situation. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Lawyers and judges have relationships. Lawyers and DAs have relationships. The ones with the relationship can walk in there and have a conversation and be like, look, he ain't do it, man. I need you to cut me some slack on this one. Give me the best thing you can give me. All right, we're gonna offer him probation. If you don't have a relationship, look, he's doing 3 years. Take it or leave it.
And this is why you see celebrities constantly just get probation.
Yeah.
Never do jail time.
Exactly. Just think about it. The shit that T.I. did, the 2 years, he was supposed to go to jail forever for all those guns. Like, it's no way. If I would have got caught with those guns, you would never see me again.
Especially in the South.
Exactly. Lil Wayne did a city bid for a gun. Like, you can't. And they went 2 years. Like, the sentences that they get, it's about money. This whole system is designed on capitalism. And that's why you look at the Khalif Browder story that Jay-Z is doing. This kid went to jail for a book bag. He sat in jail for 3 years, did over 1,000 days in solitary confinement because he had a book bag. They say he stole a book bag from somebody, a 16-year-old kid. Like, how do you understand that? How do you rationalize that? But then you have white people, not saying taking anything, that have money, that rape people, and the judge said, look, we're not going to put him in jail because it's going to mess up his education. You know, we're gonna let them stay home and we're gonna let them go to school. But you send a kid to jail for stealing a book bag that didn't even steal a book bag for 3 years. It's just
Right. He ended up killing himself.
he ended up hanging himself ultimately. He tried to kill himself in there and didn't succeed and came home. And solitary confinement is the worst thing ever.
You were in solitary?
Yes, I did 90 days in solitary confinement.
3 months.
3 months. And it was the worst experience of my life. So this man did over 1,000 days in solitary. I don't even know how you cope with it. I know dudes that have done 5 and 10 years. You emotionally change, your reactions change, your communication, everything changes.
Right, because we had Casanova 2 times here. At this point, you get put in the box for 32 months?
Yeah.
Wait, that's what, 3 years almost?
3 years. That broke me.
So you're in solitary confinement with just a little slot?
Yeah, just a little slot you stick your hand through. Yeah.
And you can't talk to nobody? Well, I mean, you could talk to people,
You
but
could
not...
talk like room to room, like, yo.
But you're not
you get
actually...
a bunkie. You get a bunkie too.
Oh, so you have someone in the room with you?
You get a bunkie.
I guess sometimes they put someone in the cell with you in solitary. You end up fighting dudes in solitary, and it's like, you know, it's just a very...
Just imagine living in a closet.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
That's it.
Living in a closet. Every day.
Every day for 23 hours, they let you come out, or they open the closet up a little bit, and you walk out from here to there, and you see a little bit of light, and then you go back in the closet.
Right. And you got relatively lucky with those 7 years, because it could have been 14 years or it could have been life. Because if you would have, let's say, killed somebody in jail.
I got them. Based on my sentence, I pretty much got just about the minimum I was able to get. My judge said, you know, based on the fact that we didn't, you know, he's not a career criminal, we're going to try to give him the least I could have got was 6 to 12 based on each crime. Because at that time it was indeterminate sentence. So the least I could have got for armed robbery in the first degree was 3 to 6 years. That was the least you can get. You know, so on the second case, since the first case they said we had knives, and then the second case they said I had a gun, even though there was never any gun found, there was never anything found. The judge said, well, since there was a gun involved in this case, we're going to add an extra 1 to 2 years on that one, so ultimately it ended up being 7 to 14.
Right. Yeah, and I heard that Bobby Shmurda, I think, was caught with a knife or something in jail. Now they've added a couple of years to his sentence and so forth. It's regular shit.
I wouldn't deny it probably is true. I went to see Bobby Shmurda. You know, I do work on Rikers Island, in which I go deal with the adolescents and talk to them and, you know, mentor, work out with them and things of that nature. And I actually had a chance to go visit Bobby a couple of times, like I was in his house. And he seemed like he was full, but he was saying, man, you know, it's a lot. You like a target in here, man. These guys, they want to be able to say they did this to you, did that to you. So you ultimately have to fight for your existence, for your life in there. Like, you pray, especially when you come from a level of status, everybody wants to prove that they can do something to you. So he ultimately, you know, is dealing with a lot. So I don't know if that's true. You know,
I heard they had to move him, I guess.
Yeah, they probably had to move him. He was in administration segregation when I was there. It means that the jail deems you a threat to, you know, to population, so they don't even put you in the regular population with everybody else.
Well, why wouldn't someone like, I mean, because Bobby had the biggest song of the year. Why not put him in PC?
It's because PC means that you sign in. Protective, see, that's the difference. People like PC. PC means that you say to yourself, look, I need to be protected. And you got to sign into protective custody. Administration segregation is when the administration says it. They don't even listen to you. Because most of us, you go up there, even when I was there, like I was in the source, I was all this, and they was like, you want to go to P? I'm not going there. I don't want to do that. I'm comfortable living in population, you know.
Well, why would you not want to go in PC? Like, if I went in, I would go straight to PC.
Yeah,
like,
because
I'll be honest.
But that's a reality that's what I'm saying. Our realities is different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? My existence is based on a level of respect that I've garnered throughout my community in the streets with other street dudes being able to coexist on the same level of any level of street individual. So me going into a prison saying I'm going to PC completely discredits everything that I built.
Because people look down on that.
Yeah, because it means you scared. You believe that you need to be protected. You know what I'm saying? So you can't hold your own. You know, you can't be the street dude. You can't be quote unquote G, and you can't even hold your own. You don't got to be in there looking for violence or looking for things. But when you confronted with a situation, you got to be able to handle that accordingly.
Well, but Lil Wayne, was he in PC?
I believe he was in I don't say PC. I think he was in administration segregation also. That's when I first got there. They tried to put me in that, and then after a while, they look at how you vibe with other inmates, other criminals, and you say to yourself, all right, it looks like he's not causing distraction, he's not getting into any trouble. You know, it's just, in prison, it's about how you carry yourself. Like, you know, I don't think Sean was ever in PC or administration segregation. You know, I think people deal with you the way you carry yourself. When you carry yourself a certain way, people are like, oh, we got to respect this man. And that's how I always carry myself. So, you know, Bobby had a little different. He came straight off the street. It was wild, and he part of, you know, the Crips set, and Crips is at war with this one. So it's a lot of different elements with Bobby. It ain't like he went in there on his own merit. He went in there attached to shit that he probably ain't even have nothing to do with, and now he got to deal with the repercussions of it.